look at God through this lens of holiness to see, otherwise everything falls apart. Right? And so God, He is holy, so He cannot wink at sin. He cannot just let sin pass by. He cannot just turn a cold shoulder to sin. And when I say sin, I mean any rebellion against God. Right? And so we look at God, we say, yes, He is fully merciful, but He is fully justice. He is fully merciful, but He is fully justice. And the wrath of God needed to be justified. And in His love, in His perfect mercy, He sends His Son to satisfy the wrath and the justice of God. And here's the thing that we all have in common. We've all sinned. We've all disobeyed God. We've all missed the mark. We can't keep up with sin. It doesn't matter how big it is, doesn't matter how small it is. I'm not talking about consequences. Consequences are a completely different thing, but we have all sinned. It says in Romans 3:23 that for all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. So we all have in common. We've all sinned, we've all missed the mark, and we have the exact same inherent need for a Savior. We have the exact same need. There's no amount of being a good person. There's no amount of effort. There's no amount of money. There's no amount of trying. I cannot pay for my own sin. And I especially can't pay for your sin. So even if it was me on that cross, it wouldn't matter. It had to be Jesus, the perfect sacrifice, the symbolic lamb without spot or blemish. He paid it all, every sin, past, present, and future. Not partial, every single sin. And when He cried out those three words, the most important words, I believe, ever spoken or written, it is finished. Meaning the work is done. I'm going to invite the team back up here. My third point is this, is reconciliation. He was compelled by love. There was a payment that needed to be made, and He did it to reconcile us. It says in Matthew 27:51, at the moment that Jesus cries out, it is finished, and He gives His last breath, it says, at that moment, the curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. The earth shook, and the rocks split. If you read on, it actually says that there were people that were dead that came out of their graves. It was this immense, crazy, surreal moment. But the most important thing that happened was the veil in the temple tearing. It was extremely significant. Because the veil was, I don't know how thick it was. It was a very thick, piece of cloth that would separate the rest of the temple from the Holy of Holies, where God essentially would dwell, and only certain people